Jaylee Wilt popping in from South Range. Jaylee, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Can you hear me all okay?
Yep, I can hear you. Thank you for having me.
You got it. I hear you good, so that's always awesome. Jaylee, you are obviously a junior, and you come into this year, the first year as an ace in the circle, number one pitcher for the South Range team that has been so good over the last 10 plus years. What was it like for you to know that this opportunity was coming for you and that it was your turn to go and be in the circle for this program?
Well, I obviously had to be patient because there were absolutely outstanding pitchers in front of me, in Julie and Sam. And I just really knew that in the off season, I had to work really hard and prove that I deserve to be in the spot that I am now.
It's funny that you used the word patient because this year, this society that we're in is not patient, and everyone wants things right now. What were some of the things that kept you like, hey, I'm going to get my opportunity. I got to learn from these seniors as much as I can and not get frustrated being patient? What helped you to just bide your time and wait for your opportunity?
Well, I got to pitch a lot in travel, so that obviously helped. But just knowing and believing in myself and knowing that I wasn't not playing because of my ability. I wasn't playing because there were amazing pitchers in front of me, and I just had to wait my turn.
Those amazing pictures that were in front of you, how much did you take from them? Like how much were you able to sponge from Sam Suzanne and Julie Stakowitz and be able to take the things that they taught you into this year, your first year in the circle now?
I honestly took their confidence. My aunt, she actually pointed out every single game last year on how if Julie and Sam gave up a hit, their heads didn't drop. They kept focused, and they didn't let their team know that they were struggling. So I really looked at them, and I really learned a lot in the confidence aspect.
Yeah, and you've had reason to be confident this year. Your stats show how successful you're being. When you go through the year now and you've gone through it and you look back on the year so far, like what has helped you maintain this success and not be able to be rocked by some of the first things you're going through on the varsity level? What things are you leaning on this year?
I'm leaning on my past travel season. I did pretty decent, and I'm also just leaning on my team has my back. So if I don't perform as well as I know I can, I know that they're going to be right behind me and they're going to be uplifting me like the whole time. I really just go back on my ability, and I talk to my pitching coaches. I talk to my other coaches if I'm struggling, but I just have to know in my head that I can do something, and hopefully that will help me do it.
And when you say your teammates have your back, you mean it because this defense behind you is very, very good, and a lot of them have returned from last year. What's it mean to you to not have to go out there and strike out everybody and know that you can put the ball in play and know that your defense 9 times out of 10 is going to make that play?
It relieves a lot of pressure. This team is so very special to me, and we've played together for I can't even tell you how long. And we're all friends, so I know if I make a mistake, they're right behind me, and it's a big relief.
We're talking about how it's your first year on the varsity level, but you've been a part of this program obviously for the last 2 years. You've been with these girls, you've played with them, you've practiced with them. What's it mean to you to be a part of this softball community at South Range that supports its team so much? And obviously, we've talked about how successful this program is, but also how close and tight knit this program has been.
This community is unlike any other I've ever seen. Everybody, it doesn't matter what sport you're in, you get supported no matter what. They're always there behind your back. Um, and again, these girls and I have played together forever, and it feels like it's finally our time as like a group. It's just really special.
You talked about your travel season and you play with and against a lot of high level softball players in travel. What's that do for you? How does that help you grow as a player?
It definitely gets you prepared for things that you don't think are going to happen. I definitely get hit a lot more in travel since I'm playing against like more like combined like better teams, like because there's players from obviously different schools. Um, it just gets me prepared for if something goes wrong, I need to bounce back. I also play travel with some of my high school teammates, so it also just um, creates more chemistry between us. So when we do get to high school season, we just gel a lot better.
The thing about travel is it helps you build the friendships and the relationships with other softball players around the area. We've seen them support you. We've seen you support them. What's it mean to you to have other players that aren't even on your team that are rooting for you, that are there for you, that are supporting you and wanting you to succeed?
It means a lot. Some of my best friends on my travel team, they go to different schools and they are always supporting me. Their parents are supporting me. It just widens my community around me, and it gives me a lot of relief knowing that I know I have the ability, but other people also know I have the ability, and it means a lot that they support me.
When and if you get to compete against those travel teammates, what's that like for you? What's it like going up against some of your best friends?
It's a lot of fun. I obviously try to strike them out because me and my friend Caitlin Pleska at Columbiana, we played in the athletics tournament, and I did not get to pitch that game. But last year when I did pitch, I struck her out, and it was the most fun I've ever had because she doesn't strike out very often, and it's just a really cool experience.
Talk about strikeouts. You already eclipsed 100 this year. When you got that, we were there for that milestone moment. I know that was one of the goals that you had. You wanted to prove to yourself that you get to that triple digit number. What did that mean to you, and what does it mean to you that you're able to obviously have the success with the strikeouts as you've been able to have?
It means a lot. It just validates my ability in my own head. My last my last two travel seasons, I've gotten 100 strikeouts like in a whole season. So I really put this expectation on myself to get 100 like in as few games as possible in the high school season, just to prove that I have been working harder in the off season and that all the work I've been putting in has gone to good use.
I want to talk to you about the relationship between you and Heidi Bartels because she's in the same boat as you are, where she's stepping into the shoes of an all-state four-year starter in Kelly Zolik. So, having a catcher with you that's kind of doing the same thing you're doing, stepping into a new role, a much bigger role in the varsity level, what's that been like for you, building a relationship with her and being able to work with her all year?
It's been really great. Heidi's that type of person where she is always smiling, she's always laughing, and it's actually a very great thing when you're not pitching the best because it's such a horrible feeling when you're pitching bad and your catcher just looks like you're pitching bad. So when she's smiling and laughing the whole time, like if I miss a spot, I look at her and she just starts laughing, and we just have a relationship that I feel like is unlike any other, and it really just helps me calm my nerves during a game.
I feel like the Bartels signature is "it's fine" with a smile. It's fine. That's love their energy, love their positivity. I also want to talk to you about the off the field memories you have with this team, especially this year, Myrtle Beach, being able to go down there and be a part of the varsity hoopla for the first time, and what that's been like for you, and what the off the field memories mean to you with this team.
Well, the off the field memories really just help us like connect and gel together as a team. It's stuff that we can laugh about in school and during a game. Uh, just for example, like just getting to see the coaches on more of like a personal level it really helps like gel us all together as a team. Seeing them get to like relax a little bit and not be so uptight about a game. It's really nice, and it's really great to see. Also, the girls, us staying together all the time, we're not really used to that. So it definitely like we get to know each other more on a personal level, a little bit too personal sometimes, but definitely on a personal level.
I love that you brought up your coaching staff because obviously they've been there for a long time, Coach Rose and Coach Farron. What has it meant to you to be coached by them throughout your career, and what have they helped you grow in the most as part of your softball game?
Well, Coach DeRose and Coach Farron are absolutely amazing coaches. I could not ask for better coaches. They are just very knowledgeable, and they've been to the big state games before, and they just help me calm my nerves, and they give me advice on pitching because Coach Farron knows a lot about pitch calling, and then Coach DeRose, his daughter Carly, also pitched. So when I'm struggling, they know how to have temporary fixes for some of the problems I have, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Um,
If you're not done, you can keep going.
I was just gonna say that they just get my problems sometimes, and they just are really good with helping me fix them.
Yeah, because Donnie gets to call your pitches now. So what's that been like to be able to work with him hand in hand and to be able to, obviously trust him enough to know that when he's calling a pitch, he's putting you in the right position to win. What's that been like building that relationship with him?
Well, Mr. Fair and I have a very not on brand relationship. We're always joking with each other, so um, it's been really nice. I don't have any complaints so far. No, I'm saying
So
that.
far.
He's very knowledgeable about the sport as it is, so um, I have my full trust in his pitch calling, and it's really nice to see me hit my spots and it works out.
Obviously, to have the success you've had to have a lot of pitches in your toolbox. What do you think is the hardest one that you've had to develop, like the one that you had to spend the most time on getting to where it's at now?
Um, Well, definitely my rise ball because I that's just a whole separate problem. But I would say in the off season I really worked hard on spotting a fastball because, in my opinion, it doesn't matter how hard you throw, you have to be able to hit spots because spots win games. So me and my pitching coach Bob Smith, we really worked hard in the off season about making sure that if I get a fastball inside called, I hit that spot every time.
When you think about your favorite pitch to throw, what is it? What's the one that you love throwing the most?
I like throwing fastballs outside, but I also like throwing my changeup when it works. Um, it was doing really good in the travel season. I'm still developing it right now, but when it works, it's always so perfect, and it makes some hitters look really stupid, which it's really funny to watch.
You brought up Bob Smith. Obviously, he coaches a lot of pitchers in the area. Talk about what he's meant to you and what it's like being coached by him as a pitching coach.
He's very knowledgeable. He has worked with some of the best pitchers in this area. He just knows a lot, and he breaks everything down to a fundamental standpoint. He will show you film, and he'll go over stuff with you like over and over again, and every single problem that you have, he has a fix for it like in 5 seconds. And it's really amazing to see um, a pitcher get broken down and then built back up, and that's what he's known for. When I came to him, I was an okay pitcher, but he completely broke me down. I struggled for like a year and a half, and I was about ready to give up. But he kept on telling me, just wait, just wait. As soon as you get it, you'll get it, and it'll be great after that. And that's honestly what's happened. He has really broken me down and built me back up, and I'm better than I ever could have imagined.
You've put so much work into pitching. Obviously, when did you start pitching, and how did you fall in love with this position?
Well, I actually wanted to be a catcher, but my dad, he was a catcher and he did not want me to do that. He wanted me to be a pitcher so that he could catch. And I started when I was about 9 years old, and I believe I was Maddie Yannick's first student.
Wow.
Um, and we had a rec ball practice, and she had the whole team. She was there with Kerrigan, and she had the whole team like line up like pitchers and catchers, and she taught us the fundamentals of pitching. And then after that, my dad just said, "Is this something you want to do?" And I kind of just I was like, "Okay, sure." And we started taking lessons, and I didn't really fall in love with pitching until the last couple years. I was kind of just like, and whatever. Like it, I don't really know if it's my thing yet. I just didn't really know what I wanted to do because I didn't really fall in love with softball until the last couple years. So I wasn't really sure like where I stood with pitching, but I'm so glad that he put me in that because I could not imagine playing any other position.
All right, Jaylee, one of the things we have to ask before we get out of here, because we're keeping a tally. If people have been watching our softball player profiles, they know that we're keeping a tally of softball icks. So we have to add yours to the list so we can keep a tally of the softball icks in the YSN family. So what are some things in the softball world that when you see them, it just gives you that little cringe feeling?
Um, I don't like it when people have their jerseys untucked.
Hmm.
I was actually watching the baseball game the other day, and one of our players had their jersey untucked, and I literally left.
I'm out.
I was like, "Yeah, I was gonna support you guys, but I can't support that."
No, that's unsupportable. I love it. We'll have to add that. That's a first. So we're going to add that one to the tally board, and we'll see at the end of the season if anyone else joins that camp. So that's always awesome. Daily, one of the things we also do with these player profiles, every single one of them, we give the player the chance to take the spotlight off themselves for a minute and shine it on the people in their life that support them, that are there for them, that they wouldn't be on this journey without. So I want to give you the time to give out as many thanks as you want to the people that you know that have your back.
Well, first off, I would like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ because without him, nothing is possible. I'd also like to thank my parents and all my friends for supporting me. I'd like to thank my pitching coach, Bob, for not giving up on me when he probably should have. Um, I would like to thank my travel organization, FP Select. I'd like to thank my travel coach, Scott Munnell, um, and Kevin Brogan. They've done a lot for me and they've really helped me with my confidence. And I've also would like to thank my personal trainer, Jess Leone. He has helped me tremendously build strength in my legs and give me confidence that I never thought I could have before this year. I probably like didn't believe in myself at all, and now I really am seeing what I'm putting in and it's working. So without him, I don't know where I would be right now.
Okay, I also want to let you know, in case you ever think that there aren't enough people out there supporting you, you just broke the Running Point live views record. So we have more views during this interview right now than we've ever had on Running Point. So congratulations on that. There are definitely a lot of people, obviously, that want to hear from you, that have your back, that love supporting you. So we thank you for your time. Of course, we're going to let you get you back to the school day, and we wish you the best of luck the rest of the season. Can't wait to talk to you again real soon.
Okay, thank you so much for having me.